The A to Z speedrun is going to be sort of a challenge of sorts for me, where I try to learn 26 of the most popular speedrun games with the caveat that it is one from each letter, starting from A going down to Z. And today we'll be starting with a hat in time for our A letter, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how well of a time we can get. We are going to be doing the any percent category. Unfortunately, I do not have any of the DLC, so we are going to go with the legacy any percent route rather than the faster DLC route. If that's cool with everyone. If that's cool with everyone. Speedrunning the any percent version of A Hat in Time was going to be a daunting task as the first game in the A to Z series, but it is definitely a game with a lot of support. It has nearly over 5,000 runs completed on speedrun.com and plenty of guides out there depending on what category you're running. Day 1 was going to be used to familiarize ourselves with the current speedrun text for the legacy guide. Fortunately for us, Speedrunite, a previous world record holder of the game, has some beautiful guides out there that take you step by step through the different levels of the game. For this first day, we weren't too concerned about getting a full run completed. We were just hoping to get through each level and hopefully beat the game, even if it did take us quite a long time. While our general movement could definitely use some work, as we would get stuck in our dashes quite often and we weren't getting that overall speed that these other speedrunners were getting, we did manage to learn some pretty cool tricks on the first day. First trick actually came in Mafia Town, the first world of the game, in the 3rd level, Down with the Mafia, where you're actually able to skip the last phase of the boss fight by lining up on the right side here, charging your alchemy hat, and then just taking a hit. For whatever reason, it just skips that last phase. Wait, did that work? Oh wait, we did it! Yo! Let's go! Nice! In heating up Mafia Town, you're able to use death warps to take yourself back to the beginning instead of having to run all the way back up to the top. Nice. Did that work? Did we go back? Cool. In the second part of heating up Mafia Town, if you manage to make it down all the way down to the faucets without landing on any safe zones, if you get yourself stuck underneath these faucets, you get teleported all the way back up to the beginning. Wait, did that not work? What happened? Take me back. Oh, it did work. Yo! Sheesh. Probably my favorite trick that we learned on day 1 came in the Toilet of Doom boss fight, where if you manage to pause, switch your graphic settings to a different level, and immediately hold pause again, you manage to get the boss stuck underneath the ground and immediately kill him, ending the boss fight completely. Murder on the AliExpress just generally has some pretty cool sequence breaks, as long as you can make some pretty spicy jumps. In the AliExpress Rift, you're able to abuse the fact that if you run off a ledge, you can still double jump even though you're not on the ground to get that extra distance to make this very long jump. Oh, hello? No, it brought me back here. Oh my. No, dude, I hit the jump. Well, for the most part, learning the route was pretty smooth sailing and we were able to get through all the levels, albeit slow at points. Cheating the race, the second to last level in the whole game for us to complete before going on to the final boss, you have to complete without using a key item, making it very difficult as you have to have nearly perfect movement in the route. Unfortunately for us, after spending over 45 minutes, we didn't even manage to get this trick once. The day ended with us killing the final boss and collecting all the time rifts with a time just under 4 hours 15 minutes. While we weren't really trying to finish a run, and we were just learning each level to complete runs in the future for the rest of the week, I was pretty happy with the overall results. There it is. We learned the route for the game, and it only took us less than 5 hours. Smile. So, day 2 of our A to Z speed running with A Hat in Time being our A game. So today, after learning the overall route, learning some of the tricks,
We're gonna try our hand at an 90% run. Just do it raw and see how it goes. I don't expect a lot from this, but hopefully we'll get a time. Hopefully we'll get a time. Very cool, very cool. So with that, let's get it started.
First up on the agenda was getting lost in levels and not remembering where to go.
Zero memory of where these things are right now.
The next massive roadblock in our first run was in Subcon Well, where we were trying to get this yarn on top of a tree, and we just could not make the jump for a long time.
It'd be so much easier if I knew how to sprint jump, or sprint double jump, probably. It's a casual 5-minute time loss here. It's okay though. First run, don't worry about it. Oh, dude. And that wasn't even close that time. Wait, I don't want to screw this up. I think it's that one. I think I'm supposed to grab that one.
Outside of just generally getting lost throughout the run and not remembering the route that we learned the day prior, it was a pretty clean run for our first run of the game.
I'm trolling. It was one more hit. Bam! First run done.
Since after 2 days we were able to complete our first run, with it being under sub 2 hours as well, at this point all we need to do going forward was to improve upon our time. This was going to be pretty easy for our first couple days afterwards, since it was really just remembering the run, but going forward after that we're just going to need to go a lot faster.
Hello. We are back. We have day 3 of learning the hat and run speedrun and seeing how we can do. Last time on day 2, we finished our first run with a time of 1:49 with a bunch of mistakes. But here's hoping that we will actually improve it this time, which I'm fairly certain we'll be able to do. I'm fairly certain.
While day 3's run did start off with a ton of time save, we did begin to struggle on the first rift of the game.
Oh no, dude. Ah.
Yikes. Not coming too long after the first mistake, on the Golden Vault level, we failed to duplicate the ticket, costing us a bunch of time.
No, we scuffed it. Where's the last one at? I don't remember. Hey, this is better than I just... Man, okay, last 2 minutes in the last 2 levels. It's okay though. We'll earn it back elsewhere. I mean, it's like a free PB. But we want to make it a big PB, you know? However, even with all these mistakes, on Subcon Well, the level we lost over 5 minutes on previously, we managed to save a bunch of time hitting the jump on one of our first attempts. Let's go. Cool. Okay, nice. Huge. Most of the rest of the second attempt was just remembering the route and doing it quite a bit faster, and going into the final level, we were over 22 minutes ahead of our PB with a sub 130 in our grasp. Get in there, I don't care. Unfortunately for us, the only place for time loss left was the final boss, and we managed to die not only once, but twice, costing us the sub 130 on our second day. Terrible time loss at the end of the run. It's like a lot too, huh? It's probably like what, like a minute? Also, my least favorite attack to dodge. Yeah, I don't. Oh no, dude, that's so bad. Oh, no shot, no shot. It's this close. I actually would have gotten it if I just didn't get hit so many times in the last fight. Oh my gosh, dude, that's so close. We were so close to sub 130 already. Even with this massive mistake costing our sub 130, we were making a bunch of progress going into the rest of the week. So, once again, we're back. Day 4 of A Hat in Time speedrunning. And our goal is just to PB again, clean up the mistakes, and actually run around fast this time. That would be cool. Going fast would be cool. So, one of these buttons will start the timer for me. Okay. We will delete this one and get started. In similar fashion to our day 3, we managed to save a bunch of time in the opening levels, being all the way up to 3 minutes ahead. However, just by being randomly slow, Queen Vanessa's Manor cost us an entire minute. And as everything seems to come in pairs for us, once again, the rift following right after Queen Vanessa's Manor, we managed to make a massive mistake. No shot! No shot, dude. Even with these time losses, we were still ahead, but not without a couple extra scares. I'm kind of low on HP. I feel like I'm gonna die. That's like a read I'm getting, you know? Okay, we didn't die. That was scary though. Something we tried to do differently on this run was, since we weren't doing cheating the race, we realized that the route we were taking was a little suboptimal, and Battle of the Birds' final level is very fast. And since we were already completing all the levels in this chapter anyway, we decided to cut out a different rift and use the last level in this chapter as our final rift of the run. With this route change and generally being able to play faster throughout the run, we were able to go into the final level with a bunch of time save, and as we managed to clean up the final boss without dying this time, we clocked in a huge PB. Attacks, I lied. Oh my gosh, dude. This last split was so good. Let's go, dude. Third full run of the game. Sub 119. Oh my gosh, that 4-minute glod. Let's go. Huge. Huge. Huge PB. Hello. At this point, you know the drill. Day 5. A to Z. Speedrunning. Hat in Time. Let's go get this PB, bro. Like all the days up to this point, we were going to try to get another personal best. While we were having a pretty good start of the run, at the end of Mafia Town, something pretty interesting happened. On some of the levels in the game, after grabbing a timepiece, it's actually faster to close out and go back to the hub world, rather than waiting for it to load itself. So on one of the rift levels, I attempted to do this to see if it was faster, and you'll see what happens. That's what I'm supposed to be doing! Oh my gosh! We haven't been doing that. The time save. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I'm sorry for ever. I'm sorry for ever suggesting it. No. Oh. After starting the day with one decent run, we weren't going to settle for something that was subpar in the beginning. So once we got to the first rift that we tended to struggle on and died, we were done with runs for the day. So while day 5 didn't actually have a PB as we stopped doing full runs for the day, we decided to go back to an old friend of ours, cheating the race. Cheating the race is the most difficult trick in the run that up to this point we have not been able to complete even once, and using the route that we learned on day 1, we just could not get it done. However, we learned about a secondary route that actually had more difficult tricks, but was more generous with errors, and then we got this run. Yes! Let's go! Oh my gosh, let's freaking go, dude. Yes! Hello, back again. Day 6 of A Hat in Time. And today we're gonna try something a little different than usual. Instead of just going straight into a run, I wanna do a little bit of warm-up because I think that's the most logical thing to do. On yesterday, we were practicing cheating the race and we managed to get it once. So I want to give it its fair share of time here at the start to see if we can get it semi-consistently at all. And at the start of day 6, all of our practice began to pay off. We started getting it semi-consistently. There was even a point where we managed to hit it 4 times in a row. So going into the rest of the day, we were prepared to try the trick in an actual run. It is, however, a little bit scary because it does come over an hour into the run, so it could cost us a possible PB. While the run for the day was rather clean and we didn't make any large mistakes up to this point in the run, cheating the race was where we knew the whole run would either be made or broken. And while our first few attempts at cheating the race didn't go as we'd planned, we did eventually manage to get the trick. Shoot with this route, bro. This is at the very end. At least the route that I followed, I'm following. This is such a hard trick to have at the very end of the run. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Okay. With the rest of the run going rather smoothly, we managed to get yet another PB. Fun with cheating the race in it. Didn't do it perfectly. Lost some time on some weird levels, but that's a PB. Let's go. The progress is being made, though. Alrighty. We are on day 7. The final day of learning how to speedrun A Hat in Time, and the hope is to get one final PB. We have a lot of time to save by just doing it properly and, you know, generally just doing it faster, so let's hope we do well enough. To be honest, day 7, I was playing out of my mind the entire run. I was going faster, I was not missing tricks, everything was extremely clean the entire time. On nearly every level in the run, we were saving time. On majority of the levels, we were even getting gold splits. Gold meaning that it was the best we've ever done up to this point over the 7 days. While it isn't too terribly surprising that we'd be improving our time over the course of the 7 days, we were doing quite a bit better than I'd expect, especially saying we didn't practice a lot of these levels. Even on the levels that we weren't terribly confident in, we were still managing to save insane amounts of time by just doing it faster. Something about the muscle memory of the game and general movement had been improved over the 7 days. And honestly, going into the back half of the run, I was starting to get a little stressed. I knew this was day 7 of the run, and I really did want to perform. I wanted to get a much better time than what we had. I thought it would make for a great story. And even though we lost quite a bit of time on cheating the race, we managed to go into the finale quite a bit ahead. And I think it's best if you see my reaction on the spot about getting this time. For me, that was like by far the fastest I've ever beaten that. Holy cow, that last level was so goated. Let's go, dude. Oh, 2-minute time save. Oh my gosh, dude.
Let's go. GG's, guys. GG's. 111. 111. Could have been sub 110 if I did cheating the race on one of the first attempts. But you know what? I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. PB, thank you. Thank you, everybody. This has been a lot of fun, and I'm glad, you know, for A Hat in Time was a lot of fun to start it off. I am very happy with how this went. 111 far surpassed my expectations for what kind of time I could get in just 1 week of playing. 7 days. Over the course of 7 days and totaling to about 17 hours of playtime, we managed to take learning the basics for a speedrun in A Hat in Time and managed to lower time all the way down to 1 hour and 11 minutes. Speedrunning is nothing new for me, but setting an initial goal and seeing how far we can reach it in only 7 days was something quite a bit new for me. My hopes with this video was sort of to document my experience and maybe to inspire you to try to pick up a game and speedrun it, maybe even A Hat in Time. I mean, there's a ton of resources in this video, there's a ton of resources down in the description if you want to try to speedrun this game. If you do attempt to speedrun this game, I hope you don't make the same mistakes as me at some of the points. I hope you have quite a bit of the same fun experience that I had. And do let me know if you manage to try this game, you know, tell me what time you get. I would love to hear it. For me, this was just A to my A to Z challenge, so next up is going to be B, so look out for that video in the future. We are going to try to do 25 more games, so this is just the start to a long journey. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope for you guys to check out and watch our other speedrunning videos. Peace out, everybody.